Powerback time on the Gutsy podcast. Each week we bring you 5 minutes of condensed inspiration to reclaim the courage and momentum you've given away. You've got big things to do, so let's get your power back. I was sitting in a breakfast meeting one morning, wavering between a handful of ideas and situations, when my coach leaned in and said, "Laura, it's time to shit or get off the pot." Now, as you can imagine, when I'm sitting there drinking orange juice and chewing on bacon, I was slightly taken back, in full disclosure, a little bit pissed off for a hot second. And then once I let it all settle in, I realized she was right. As a business owner, it is so easy to get stuck in between two situations. And a lot of times this leaves you wavering. You're learning everything as you go. You've never done this before, and the things that you have done before, now there's a whole slew of new circumstances that you feel like you're basically learning it all over again. Wavering means that you are hesitating, you're fluctuating, you're changing your mind, you're overthinking, you're not acting. That's the biggest thing, is you're not taking action. When you are in a place of waver, you're not making decisions. You're thinking a lot. Oh yeah, you're thinking a whole lot, but you're thinking about every single alternative to the decision that ultimately you should make, but are feeling too afraid to. This is leaving you feeling anxious and overwhelmed, operating from a place of fear and stuck in the same damn place. This week, I want you to take your power back by making a decision that you have been hung up on. I know you're faced with so many decisions on the daily, and especially right now, but the one I want you to focus on is the one that takes up the most mental capacity, the one that drains your energy, the one that you think about the most, the one that when you're daydreaming, it's not thinking about your future, it's thinking about this same damn thing. This is the one that you're thinking about every single day, day in and day out. You play scenarios on repeat like they're a movie, but every single one of them has a different ending. You go from scared to angry to worried to silent. Guys, this is an incredible amount of energy. The amount of time and energy that it's taken you to think and feel all this for hours, days, weeks, months, even years, you are allowing precious energy to fly out the window. If you think about all of that time collected, and I know it seems easier to think and feel those things than to actually do the damn thing, but think about how much time and how much energy you could have banked and used for something else. What would you have used all of that energy for? Negative energy takes up way more capacity in our body and our lives than positive energy does. Yet we give all of the power to that one situation or that one scenario or that one decision that needs to be made. Now, I'm not saying that this stuff is easy, right? The things that you're being faced with, if this is causing you this much grief and harm, then it's probably a big deal in your life. One of the ways that you can just really slowly and silently start to take your power back is to get really still with yourself. Meditation, yoga, sitting outside in the sun, really allow yourself to be in a place of stillness. Sometimes it's weighing out the pros and the cons. Sometimes it's looking at what is best for me and my company. What is best for my family? How does this decision alter, essentially, your next step of life? Most of the time, by the time that you have spent this much time and capacity in thinking it, you already know what needs to be done. And that's why I want you to take your power back by ripping off the Band-Aid and just doing the damn thing. Make the decision, make the call, do whatever it is that you need to do, because by this point, you already know what needs to be done. You're just trying to come up with a thought, a reason, or a feeling on how you can get around it. From being in this situation more times than I ever care to admit, I can tell you that on the other side, you're going to gain back so much of your energy, of your passion, of your clarity. You're going to feel free. I mean, literally, like you're going to physically feel like you weigh less. You mentally are going to be able to like see things again. You're also going to feel accomplished and an enormous sigh of relief. Because again, if you've been thinking about it this long, you know what you need to do. But taking that action is scary. I get it. Guys, I totally get what you're going through and where you're coming from right now. But on the other side, you're also going to be able to sleep better. Your anxiety is going to take a back seat and you're going to be able to be present again. That's one of the most amazing things about just like ripping off the band-aid is you get to be present not only in your own life, but in your family's life as well. The amount of freaking energy that you're going to get back is indescribable. And I promise you, and this is not an I told you so moment at all, but I'm telling you that you're going to say to yourself, why didn't I do that sooner? That was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. Or, gosh, that sucked for a hot second, but man, I feel so much better. You got this. You've made hard decisions before, and guess what? Guess where you are? You're still standing. You're still breathing. You're still rocking and rolling. Still doing you. The next episode of the Gutsy Podcast, I think, is a really cool episode about your menstruation cycle and your business cycle and how those things align. And that is on the table, but I'm kind of closing this Powerback out with just a full disclosure, like honest, vulnerable moment, and saying, this whole pandemic has me really just sitting and feeling a lot of things that I have closed for a very long time. And so this week I come to you actually with a request. I would love to continue providing amazing value for you, your life, and your business. So I want to know, I truly want to know, how have I or the Gutsy Podcast impacted you, your life, and your business? What have you taken from it? How is your business better because of it? What is something that you're implementing or something that pops in your head on a regular basis? I'm essentially polling you right now. I want to know what is doing amazing for you so that I can continue to provide more of that amazing value for you. Some of you are connected with me online, some of you have my email, some of you text message me. So however you communicate with me, and if you and I have not yet made a personal interaction, head over to my Instagram account, which is @thatlauraora, and send me a DM. I really love and value you guys, and I want to show up in the best way possible. And I'm building some pretty cool shit for you guys. This whole thing, it's going to be all right, and so are you. I love you all. Thank you so much for being part of the Gutsy tribe. And until I see you next time, stay gutsy.